And in the 60s, that was the breakaway movement,
Yeah.
that the hippies.
Yep.
And we experimented in music, in alcohol, in drugs, in sexuality, communal living, in the peace movement, growing our hair, um, not going along and robotically obediently following what the status quo said,
Sure.
or our governments or whatever. And that was the forerunner of this movement. We were laying some foundation there.
Wow.
So we need to come back to those core values. And I believe that we don't need to drive ourselves back to the Stone Age. What we do need is to take indigenous wisdom, traditional ways of being that were in respect and honouring the earth and each other, right, and marrying them with modern day technology.
Okay.
So we don't have to all become vegans or vegetarians or whatever, although that's a good start, right? But we need to integrate some of that wisdom that was so profound and use our modern resources, not the depleting resources, but the renewable resources,
Sure.
to bring those ideologies into the world. Permaculture is a classic example.
Okay.
So people can, how they can start on an individual basis is they can start adopting some of these ideas. Grow some pot plants with vegetables in it.
Anyone can do that.
Anybody can do that. Make a little garden.
Start with basil.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
It's delicious. It grows anywhere.
Yes. And systematically remove ourselves from the contagious systems that no longer serve humanity. Move out of the major banking systems. Right? Move away from genetically modified foods, foods that have sugar, preservatives, additives. These are all things that we can do that will enhance our own consciousness and put us in a system and a place where we can move forward with clarity. And for me, the simple system of addressing our behaviors. The behavior of separateness needs to be transformed into something that can be actually doing this. So if I'm saying I'm feeling separate from you, because maybe you've done something to me or whatever, then forgiveness is the answer. So we need to learn to behave in a forgiving way. Right? Or if you're in a situation where it's uncomfortable or you're going through some trauma, how about compassion and understanding? These are all things that we've done, and it takes bravery. It takes a bravery to really confess to our own situation, but also to let go and forgive somebody.
Yeah.
So bravery is an element, compassion, understanding, forgiveness, and all the time being humble as well. Right? Humility brings us, levels the playing field. I don't believe any one person is better than another. I think we're different.
Sure.
Right? There's huge differences, and we can celebrate those differences. But I don't see as anybody is better. And so the act of humility. And these are all behavioral changes. They're not ideological changes. They're not a spiritual or religious change. They're an internal change that we can make a decision. Today I'm going to be a little bit more compassionate. And you know where it starts? With us.
Of course.
So we just start practicing those behaviors within ourselves. I need to be a bit more understanding about why I do these things. Right? I need to forgive myself for carrying this pain and upset and disharmony around with me for all these years. So we practice these tangible benefits of these beautiful behaviors, and they come from the heart.
Yeah.
They're all an act of love.
Absolutely.
Right? And appreciation is probably at the top of it.
Sure.
When we can sit down and say, I'm really grateful. Things are happening that I'm not comfortable with, but I'm grateful for what I've got.
Wow.
And what I have is enough.